Today we're going to be looking at some of the weird bulbs I have in the spare bulb collection. So a few people have asked, do I have any exotic spare bulbs? Mainly because one person was asking where I got flasher bulbs from. They are still available on eBay if you want them. This is the 6-volt box. You can see we've got plenty of spares to keep stuff going. There's nothing really weird in here. It's all pretty basic stuff. The lights we're talking about at the moment are your standard screw-in bulbs, which are E5 thread. These are normally called Lilliput lamps or pepper bulbs. These are the more modern, taller ones. Originally, they came like this, little short stubby things. These are the kind of sizes you need for Cinderella lights. Otherwise, if you put in one of these more modern longer bulbs, it'll bottom out on the bottom of the shade and you won't be able to put the shade in. In this box we have some bases and lots of fuses. We also have these. Can't remember where I got them from. They're E5 thread. These are tiny. They're only about 16.5mm in length and they appear to be about 24 volts maybe. They must be panel lights, but I'm sure they'll come in handy for something one day. These are particularly interesting. These are low voltage twinkle lamps. These were used in low voltage lights where you get separate banks of about 4 banks that make the set flash in random increments. These are flasher bulbs. These started to replace flasher units that you used to get for sets of 20 and 35 and 40 lights. They either screwed into a set or plugged into a set. But strangely enough, these ones here with the red bases, these are NOMA. These are for 8 volt 0.62 watt lamps for their set of 40 twinkling sets. But I found out many years ago that you can put these in a set of 20 and it'll make a set of 20 flash. The bulb lights up dim, but it still makes the set flash. But again, it's the wrong voltage, the wrong wattage. I wouldn't recommend it, but I just thought it was interesting and I'd share it with you. Slightly bigger box with some random low voltage stuff. As you can see, got some low voltage bulbs for 20 sets. These are for my low voltage outdoor lantern lights. This is a particularly interesting bulb. This is a flashing bulb for, again, NOMA lights, but this is when they had those convoluted sets where you had random twinkling bulbs. So the set was a static set, but certain bulbs would just randomly flash and twinkle on their own. But you also needed to have not only fuse bulbs, but ballast bulbs in the set as well. It's quite complicated. The spares are hard to find, but it's in the collection and they're quite interesting. Here's the aforementioned replacement bulbs for the NOMA twinkling lights. They're 40 set 8 volt bulbs, 0.62 watt lamps for the twinkling lights, which can take an extra load, I think, because these twinkling bulbs, they randomly twinkle on their own, and when they do, it's basically turning off a bulb. I think it's got something to do with keeping the load on the lights the same so that it's not going to risk a cascade failure. On the back it states clearly in bold letters, the partially white lamp is a fuse lamp, basically the white tip fuse bulb. At least one must be included in each set. Only use these special NOMA lamps in your random twinkling set. Mixing new and very old lamps can reduce lamp life. Don't know if I agree with that, but let us know in the comments below if you think that's true. Remove lamp by pulling. Do not attempt to unscrew it. This pack contains a fuse lamp with the white tip, a ballast lamp, and 2 twinkling lamps, red caps. It is important for safety of the number of twinkling lamps is the same as ballast lamps. It is important for safety that the number of twinkling lamps is the same as ballast lamps. So if you have 10 twinkling lights, you have to have 10 ballast lights. 19 twinkling, 19 ordinary, and 1 fuse lamp. So I think what it means is 10 twinkling, 10 ballast, 19 ordinary, and 1 fuse lamp. These are flasher bulbs. I know it can't really tell on there, but they do have a bimetallic strip inside, which once this strip heats up, it starts moving away, breaks the contact, and then cools down and goes back, causing a random twinkling effect. Not like a flasher set, which is on, off, on, off, on, off in a random way. These just go twinkle, 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 twinkle. Then you get a fuse bulb, and this is a ballast lamp. They are very random. You can get them, but be aware they can fetch a pretty penny. And the way that these lights work is very convoluted, and I don't think it caught on. That's how we ended up with the aforementioned sets of lights, where you have about 40 lights on a set. There's 4 banks of 10, and there is 1 red tipped bulb that flashes to make 1 bank of 10 bulbs flash, and they all randomly flash interchangeably with each other for a nicer effect. And that's probably the easiest system to use. This is generally for sets of 40 and sets of 50. There's a lot of random things in here. These are for Woolworths Candy Cube lights. I always have issues with them blowing bulbs. These ones here with the red bases, these are from Novelty Chili lights or jalapeno lights. Don't know why they got red bases, but they're interesting. I salvaged these from a set that had a cascade failure because for some reason those sets were not provided with fuse bulbs. These are berry bulbs or cherry lights, take your pick. These ones I bought in a bundle. Don't know what I'm going to do with them. I need to figure out what the voltages are first before I can use them. Here's some pearlescent ones. These were on Holly lights. Here's another box of random variants. So you can get them in really interesting matte colours. You can get these ones, which are like a pearlescent white or an ivory white. And then this one here is particularly interesting. This is probably one of the first ones I ever got for the collection. This was off a set of grape lights that was bought from a British department store called Beatty's. And it only had 3 colours on the lights. It had this blue, it had a green like this, but it was more, I don't know, it was just an odd green colour. And then there was a red, but it wasn't a red. Again, it was another odd colour. But this is the only one that I have left. I literally bought a pack of spare bulbs because I thought they were interesting. I think they were a set of 40. Never seen them again, and you will never get spare bulbs for them. You'll just have to use generic ones. These lights also have unique bases where they can adapt the globe to sit in. If you run out of spares for these or you can't find any, just check the card on the end of your plug and it should usually specify what kind of lights you need and how many bulbs are on the set. So this is a set of 40, it needs 6 volt 7.2 watt bulbs, and if you can find normal bulbs which have the same specifications, you can just do a base swap. They won't look as aesthetically pleasing, but it keeps your set of lights running. Also in this set are screw-in bulbs. These are for a set of outdoor lights. These are 12 volt bulbs. They have E10 threads, similar to olive cone lights. I also have them in fuse bulbs. Sometimes they come with a little collar, a little weather seal, which is good because the weather seals do degrade over time. This is an E12 thread. This is more commonly known as a C6 in America, but you can get them in the UK. This again is a 12 volt 3 watt. This is for a set of 20 outdoor lights. If you'd like to see the set of lights this came from, there's a link up there. They also come in the coloured variety, and sometimes they do come with weather seals, which do tuck in a little bit better under the rim. It's easier to sometimes just put the weather seal onto the bulb holder and then screw the bulb in. These are again our 12 volt bulbs, 3 watt. I am on the hunt for E12 thread 6 volt 3 watt bulbs. Do you have any? Because I'm struggling to find them, and the ones that are available are ridiculously priced. So if you have any of these or know where I can get them, 6 volt 3 watt bulbs, let me know. I'm desperate. I need about 20 of them. These are for candle arch bridges. They are 34 watt 3 watt bulbs. These are still quite common, still quite popular, and you can still get spare bulbs for them. If you'd like to see a video of a candle arch bridge, you can see it up there. Before we put this away, I'll show you these. These are extremely hard to find and quite rare. These really silly bases are just normal bulb bases with this really long collar on, and they normally look like this with a bulb in them. These bulbs are usually low voltage, they're usually for a set of 10, and they are generally used for musical bells. They were quite popular in the late 80s, early 90s. You can see a little short video of a set in operation there, but these are extremely rare. I have 2 spare bulbs and one that could be adapted to take a bulb. I don't have any, but at least I have the spares. These little E5 bulbs are, I'm not sure what you call them, I just call them acorn bulbs. They're little shaped bulbs. They usually came in sets of 20 or 35. They were usually on sets like this, opaque flowers. These generally came out in the late 50s, early 60s. I have some in the collection. I want to use them one day. Eventually we'll use them and repaint them, so stick around and subscribe if you're interested in seeing a set of lights filled with these. Sticking with these opaque flowers, this is my bulb base puller. I have no idea what it originally was. It looks like some kind of extension. Similar to the spare bulbs for the musical bells, it's an E5 base with another E5 base. It's like an extension. No idea what it's off, no idea what it's for, but it's handy for me for doing repairs on vintage lights like this. It's a technique I learned from C6 Lights. You can see a link to his channel down below. He's an American YouTuber. He deals with American vintage lights, and this method was from his method of getting C6 bulb holders out of bases and fixing bubble lights and the likes. I put this in here, screw it in, and then I'm able to pull the actual brass bulb base out. You can see it's got little teeth on it that bite into the plastic. That is the only thing holding it in. And then when you're done, you just push down really hard. There you go, you hear the click, and then you just unscrew the little tool, and that's how you can get access to these to resolder wires and the likes. If you'd like to see how we use this tool in repairing a set of dangerous 1950s lights, there is a playlist in the description below. I need to find something a bit more permanent for this. So on an E5 thread, what kind of a bolt is that for? What kind of bolt or screw thread is that? Does anybody know? Can you get little bolts, things like that you can use as a little puller? Let us know in the description below, because I don't think this is going to last forever, but I might make some improvements on it. I might desolder the wires inside, remove the base, and I might just put a little bit of wire folded over the top, solder it in, and then hook it over the side here so it's a bit more robust. But if anybody knows what kind of a thread these exactly are, and if you can buy something like it to use as a pulling tool, let us know in the comments below, because again, I want something a bit more permanent and share it with the community. These are not bulbs, they are bulb covers, but what's interesting is they are glass. These are pearlescent bulb covers for our low voltage lights that we did repairs on after Christmas last year. If you'd like to see that video, there's a link in the description below. These just go onto the tall bulb holders to make them look like they're C9 bulbs, like big American Christmas light bulbs. These are pygmy bulbs. Yes, they are Christmas light bulbs. They were available as Christmas lights or garden lights. They've been available for a very long time, I think since the 70s, because I remember seeing them right through the 80s and the 90s. You could get them with pygmy bulbs or full-size standard or full-size B22 bayonet domestic bulbs. They're usually like 15 to 25 watts. These are 15 watts. We've got a yellow one and a blue one. We go through a big box of these on our second sister channel, Vintage Lights UK. There's a link to that channel down below. It's our second channel. We've not uploaded on there much, but there's still plenty of interesting videos on there, including going through a box of these. So if you're interested in things like this, go check it out down below. These are bulb testers. The Premier ones, they're about 30 to 20 years old. This takes a 9-volt battery. It's ideal for testing 12-volt bulbs and 6-volt bulbs. If it lights up dim, it's 12 volt. If it lights up bright, it's 6 volt. So it's a nice in-between to use. These have been around for a long time. You can buy them from Woolworths, even under the Winfield brand. Other makers probably made them too. I have a Premier one. My original one, the catch broke on it. It was annoying me. I got one in a bundle that was missing the brass terminals, but we did a little bit of a repair on it. Not the most interesting video in the world, but if you'd like to see it, it's linked down below. This one is a little bit older. This was from Boots. Yes, the chemist, the pharmacy, they do occasionally sell Christmas lights from time to time. This one uses AA batteries, so it only runs 3 volts. Not particularly powerful. As you can see, it does nothing for this bulb. It's very weak. It doesn't have enough juice in it to test most bulbs, but I keep it around for posterity. It's got a handy little hook on it. Looks like it had some kind of a sliding clip, maybe for a belt clip or for something else. But if you know what the other little additional features are for, let us know below. But that's a Boots bulb tester. Apart from that, we don't really have much else in the way of weirdness in the collection. It's all pretty standard stuff. If you found this video because you're looking for spare bulbs or struggling to find spare bulbs or what you need to look for, there's a video listed below on how to find spare bulbs for Christmas lights. Please check it out, it might come in handy for you. If there are any other little things in the collection you'd like to see, let us know in the comments down below. That's it for this video, going through all the little random spare bulbs we have. If you'd like to see something a bit more vintage, like our vintage figural olive cone lights, there's a link to that video down below. I hope you enjoyed this video exploring the spare bulb collection and the other little random odds and ends that we have, and we'll catch you on the next one.